any smart person that was there would know that I was the man. So that might sound cocky to you, but if you were there, you'd know it. But anyway, moving on, in the middle of the season, a basketball coach from a famous basketball, not only basketball, but sports organization for Special Olympics here in San Antonio, Texas, called me over at the Area 20, and it was a very famous organization. It's called the San Antonio Fire. I asked him, for what level am I playing for? Am I playing at the highest level? And he said, yes, you're playing at the highest level, the Spark. And I thought that being one of my teammates, we're going to be teammates again, but he turned out to be on a lower level. And then that's when my practices started as of that next week. I was really excited, and then when they started working me out, it was really, really different because for my high school basketball coach, we only ran short amount of suicides. Everybody went at their own pace, and then everybody just ran simple plays. We ran in slow motion. But then when we got to the Fire, that's when things started to really heat up, and I was kind of disappointed at first because I felt that my high school coach didn't prepare me well enough. So then I got used to it. I played for the state championship. We lost our first game. I had a terrible game, just 4 points. Then the next game I had 16 points, sank 2 from beyond the arc, and we got second place because my final game I scored 6. But I was able to get the job done in terms of efficiency. So that's how I became the newest member of the San Antonio Fire of the Special Olympics basketball organization here in San Antonio, Texas. Now I know some of you guys are wondering, did I play any league basketball here in San Antonio? Yes, I did. 1 season of Texas team sports for the San Antonio division, and boy was it terrible. We only won 1 game out of 9. We got bumped off in 2 games of the tournament. Our team was so egotistical, it was insane. You'd have to be there to see it for yourself. Our biggest stars were really cocky, more cocky than I have ever seen myself or anybody else. One of them had a brother who was deaf, who I can really relate to really well because of disability issues. I got along with him really well. Our coach really got disappointed in us, but also left us in the middle of the season because of personal problems. So we had a new coach, but still things didn't work out. We'd lose by close margins, but there were a share of blowouts. The only time we ever won was by 1 point, and it was to a crappy team that had a losing record just like us. I that night had 5 rebounds, and that was about it. That was also the first season where I made a 3-pointer in a regular game, and that night I only scored just 3 points. And minimum, I never scored anything at minimum, but at maximum I scored 3. So I didn't do much. So I remember in the last game of our season, there was a technical foul being called against the other team, and I volunteered to shoot some free throws. I missed the first one, and I made the next one. So I just had 1 point that game, and one of our teammates, which happened to be the disabled one with the ear problems, he decided to throw a tantrum for the wrong reason because he thought that they called foul against him when it wasn't like that. So when he threw the chair, they called a technical on him, and his father got mad at him, who turned out to be my second coach during that season, and he didn't play for the rest of the game. Now let me show you a little bit of what I'm going to be wearing to the flight. To the airplane, I'm going to be wearing my old Jordan t-shirt that my mother bought from Germany. It's red. It used to be all red velvety and all that, but now it's all off, along with some jeans. some Timberlands, a Bulls cap from when Derrick Rose got drafted for when the sun comes, and the shades from Fossil. And in here, I want to show you guys my San Antonio Fire uniform. Oops, sorry about that. Number 22. This was from my first year. More likely we are going to use these again. So, let's see if I can pull up the shorts. And here we go. These are the shorts. Now, I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a shower, and I'll be right back with you shortly. Hi, just got out of the shower. I got my Chicago Bulls cap on, my shades and my shirt, my Jordan t-shirt from Germany, my jeans on with my Timberlands. And over here, you got my luggage with 5 clothing sets for both the hotel and the camp, all Jordan. I have a Michael Jordan Space Jam jersey I got off of eBay. Most accurate replica ever made from when the movie came out. $75 off of eBay on a bid. I also got 2 swimsuits, red and white and blue and white, same model. I got my shaving kit and all my hygiene stuff. I have my And One sandals for when I'm relaxing at the hotel. I have a pair of Jordan shoes that I'm going to use for the camp. And stuff like socks and, you know, all that other stuff. And I'm not even going to get into who this belongs to. Over here you got my laptop backpack, which has a laptop, of course. My charger cables for the computer, for my cell phone, and this camera that I'm holding here. You also have a CD and DVD player that hooks up to this laptop. My DVDs aren't with me right now, but they're going to be with me on the trip so I can watch them. And this is my Space Jam video game for the PlayStation. Came out right after the movie 1 year later. I got it off of Amazon a few years ago. According to the policy, Michael Jordan cannot sign anything And One or anything that belongs to another company. But they are a little bit more lenient on rookie cards, depending on which company the rookie card is from for Michael Jordan. Hopefully, since this is Space Jam, he can autograph it because of his involvement in the movie. Which, by the way, as I said earlier, is the movie that got me involved into the game of basketball. So it'll be a blast if I get a signature in here, especially on the book itself and the booklet. So all we got to do now is just wait, call a taxi, and we should be good to go. So I'm in the taxi cab. We're on our way to the airport. One thing I like to do when I'm on the road is I like to look around to my side windows, view the scenery of the United States and all that stuff everywhere I go. I even did this in Seattle a few years ago, summer 2008. You know, the scenery here compared to Germany, it's a lot more beautiful, so it makes me feel really comfortable right at home. It doesn't make me feel gloomy or depressed. It actually makes me feel refreshed. So now all we gotta do is just enjoy the ride right now and make the best of it. Well, we're finally here at the airport, US Airways Terminal A. This is where I'm going to be departing from. And now it's time for us to go in. Wow, I love the AC up in here. Everything is closed though. Not much lights on early in the morning. Not even the tour guide places where they sell the magazines and all that stuff. However, it seems that there are still some people in this building. The gates aren't open over there either. So yeah, it's pretty much free out here in the morning. You'd expect the airport to be open 24 hours a day.
Seems like even places like these have their own closing time.